Just southeast of Bakersfield, in a small plot of land near Arvin, an organic farm is growing.
It's a self-sustaining ranch that is run by men who were once behind bars, drug addicts and former criminals who are through the earth sowing seeds of change in not just themselves, but an entire community.
Well, no, that whole field out there, they cleared it out. There was like, I wonder what's in that bowl.
Before the sun rises, Harry Hata is tilling the land, along with 11 others, planting the seed for a new life.
I honestly truly believe that all of us right here, Robin, that are in this man's home right here, we're the ones that represent all of those guys that don't have no tomorrow like we do.
Once a heroin addict, for the first time in nearly 50 years, Hata is drug-free, thanks to this men's group home in Arvin. It was started by a small church called Believers in Jesus.
These men are being taken out of that background and being put in a place where they can learn to live a life free from substance abuse.
Many group homes strive to rehabilitate men as part of penance for drug and alcohol-related crimes. But this home is different. Rather than time behind bars, some are sent here to take part in a program deeply rooted in hard work.
What is really missing, I think, in their life is not, a good lesson, by throwing them inside of a box, but rather some dignity. And what we really believe is that work and hard work creates dignity within a human being.
And no one knows that lesson better than Fernando Jara, who only made it to the 6th grade before seeking out the same friends in this same neighborhood and the same life as his father, Harry, a man he never knew until he returned to Bakersfield just last year.
I had a lot of resentment as I was growing up, right? Why did he fail? Why couldn't he, raise me the same way upper middle class, families raise their children?
I had just got out of car doing 5.5 years for a drug bust that went wrong. And when I came out, I took to the streets. And I had been out there for about a year already making a mess of myself when they found me and they brought me into the home.
What Harry didn't know is that his son Fernando became a self-taught student. He skipped high school and after serving his country, tested straight into college, where he not only earned the respect of his academic mentors, but recruitment into doctoral programs at Ivy League schools across the country. But he recently turned down the opportunity to go to Princeton, at least for a while, to support his dad and help change the lives of others like him.
The same type of transformation that has happened in my life and that happened in my father's life could happen in anybody's life. And so we came out here with a handful of nails, a shovel, and a few 2x4s, and we got out here in the rain and started to build the things that are around us. Not so that we can say for ourselves, look what we've done, but to inspire these men and show them that they can do this as well.
Through the example set by Fernando and his dad and the staff at Believers of Jesus, the land that was once barren is now a self-sustaining organic farm and home for the men who work the fields every day, planting seeds of change.
I never really worked, and my mom always used to tell me, real men work, and I just did it, and I didn't quit, I didn't throw a fit or anything, I just did it, and, at the end of the day, I felt, like a grown man.
When neighboring farmers learned what Believers in Jesus was doing, they began donating farm equipment, wooden posts, water lines, and even a 5,000-gallon water tank to keep their work going. Now the project will be looked at as a model for the state, as a better way to deal with alcohol and drug offenders, but more importantly, to help build better citizens and men.
You have to believe that all this stuff right here is what God intended it to be. It's going to make people healthier. Not only just the guys in the home, but our families, our kids. This is not just for us, it's for the church and the community.
Now, Fernando Jara and his partner, Letty Perez, recently returned from Sacramento, where they attended a great meeting with the Planning Commission there. And if you would like more information on how you can get involved in the Believers in Jesus or Rock Hill Farms project, you can contact Fernando Jara at 472-93 09.
So you said this is going to be a model project for the state. What do you mean by that?
Well, what happened was
replicate down the line?
Mr. Jar was asked to present the project. The commissioners listened to it and thought that this holistic approach is something that should be used statewide. So they'll be holding their conference here in May in Bakersfield, and part of that conference will include a tour of Rock Hill Farm.
Well, lots of farmland to get more projects like that.
And the goal is to expand the project, obviously.
Great stuff. All right, recapping some